After spending more than 3 decades behind bars, David Brom is set to be released from Minnesota state custody on July 29, 2025. Brom's case is one of the most tragic and complex in Minnesota's recent history. At just 16 years old, Brom brutally murdered his parents and 2 younger siblings in their Rochester home back in 1988, using an axe in a violent and chilling attack that shocked the community. He was convicted in 1989 on 4 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison. Despite the severity of the crimes, the exact motive behind the killings has remained unclear over the years, leaving many questions unanswered. For more than 30 years, Brom lived behind bars, but a significant change in Minnesota law in 2023 paved the way for his potential early release. The law allows juvenile offenders serving life sentences to become eligible for parole after serving 15 years, recognizing the possibility of rehabilitation and transformation for those who committed crimes as minors. Brom became eligible under this law and, following a thorough review process, the Minnesota Department of Corrections has confirmed his impending release. His release, however, will not be immediate freedom. Instead, Brom will transition to a halfway house located in the Twin Cities as part of a carefully monitored work-release program. According to the Minnesota DOC, this is a standard procedure designed to help those who served life sentences reintegrate into society gradually. As part of this transition, Brom will be supervised by a case manager and will be monitored with a GPS tracking device to ensure public safety. His progress will continue to be reviewed, with his next parole board appearance scheduled for January 2026. Earlier this year, Brom appeared before the state's supervised release board, where he expressed remorse and took responsibility for his actions. He told the board that he hopes to serve as an example of personal transformation, emphasizing the changes he has made during his time behind bars. Brom's apology to the victims' families was a notable moment in the hearing, though it could not undo the pain caused by his actions. The decision to try Brom as an adult and sentence him to life in prison was not made lightly. Former Olmsted County Attorney Mark Ostrom reflected on this in 2023, explaining that the gravity of the crimes demanded a serious response. But the court was fully aware that Brom was only 16 years old at the time. The case has long been a difficult chapter for everyone involved, including law enforcement officers who responded to the scene. Olmsted County Sheriff Kevin Torgerson, who was among the first to arrive at the crime scene in 1988, recently shared his reaction to Brom's upcoming release in a Facebook video posted on July 16. The sheriff acknowledged that while he cannot change the legal process that has led to Brom's release, the public must trust the parole board's decision and hope that Brom is prepared to face the challenges of life outside prison. Sheriff Torgerson's message highlighted the tension between justice, public safety, and the belief in rehabilitation. The community remains divided, as many struggle to reconcile the horrific nature of the crime with the potential for Brom's rehabilitation after decades of imprisonment. As Brom prepares for his release, the eyes of Minnesota, and indeed the nation, will watch closely to see how he adjusts to life under supervision in the community. This case raises difficult questions about justice, mercy, and the possibility of change in those who commit crimes as juveniles. Regardless of the opinions surrounding his release, what remains clear is the lasting impact of that tragic night in 1988 and the profound loss felt by the victims' loved ones. As Brom moves forward with his monitored release, the state will continue to oversee his reintegration, hoping that the system's approach to juvenile offenders can balance accountability with the chance for redemption.